it's Tania Gabrielle here, Wealth Astro-Numerologist. Welcome to Star Codes. This is the podcast where we look at an upcoming event in the stars and numbers, the astrology and numerology, to gauge how to step up, grow, and reap the rewards in the most high vibrational way. And in this case, we're going to look at a really exciting and pivotal event happening on 11/11, and this is an amazing code actually, because 11/11 in 2023 adds up to 11, meaning that the actual date itself creates a triple portal. So usually we have, obviously every year 11/11 shows up once a year, and this year the whole universal date is also 11. So it's a pivotal day, not only in the numerology, but as you'll see in a moment, also in the astrology. So we have some incredible opportunities coming up as a result of this Astro-Numerology event. So in the astrology, we have Mars opposite Uranus, and they're both going to be at 21 degrees, and it's exact on 11/11. Now, this is very important because Mars and Uranus govern shifts and changes, very quick downloads, new beginnings, breakthroughs. And so 11 is about being so present and so in the moment that you can receive everything that is literally yours to understand in the moment that you're living it. So let's start with the code. So 11/11/11, that portal opens. We are in the 11th month. It is the 11th of the month, and the whole date adds up to 11, as we've established. 11 is the two antennas on your head that are in tune with the balance of masculine, feminine energy, and able to act and receive, in other words, and therefore interpret divine downloads. So your intuition is stronger than usual, and anytime we triple up a number, it creates the creation triad, which is the mother, father, child triad of creation. So 11 is going to be much more powerful in terms of the teachable moments, the ability to just stand there, and the ability to connect with others. 11 is like two coming together as one. So any relationships are governed by 11, and 1 + 1 for 11 reduces to 2, which is the number of relationships, of connection, of communication, of diplomacy, of listening, right? Of compassion and kindness towards another. Now, at the same time, Mars in Scorpio is opposite Uranus in Taurus on that day, and they're at 21 degrees, which is the number of truth. The truth shall set you free. We're in the 21st century, so this whole century is literally epitomizing the truth shall set you free. Now, Mars is the ancient ruler of Scorpio, meaning the original ruler of Scorpio before Pluto was discovered. So Mars feels very comfortable in that sign, and Scorpio has the stinger, diving into the truth, always wanting to see what is underneath everything, what is unconscious, not visible, the secrets. So Mars in Scorpio wants to, with that very male energy of action, discover the truth. And now it's opposite Uranus in Taurus. Now, what planet rules Taurus? Venus. Venus and Mars. Here we have again the polar opposite, the masculine, feminine, but also the balance of the two. And remember, 11 represents that as well. So we are truly entering this amazing period right now where we are being asked to act while being at peace, while being at harmony. Venus, Mars. And then we add in Uranus. Uranus, the revolutionary planet of breakthroughs and discoveries and the future and revolutions. And so we can discover revolutionary info, data that literally creates breakthroughs, awakenings. Uranus governs astrology and numerology, anything that takes us into a more multidimensional understanding, so beyond just the norm, but it's considered the most politically incorrect planet. It governs Aquarius, the age that we're entering at this time, which is all about breakthroughs. And so everything is moving very fast with these two planets in general. So there's a lot of stirring up of energy, there's a lot of excitability, and there can be impatience as well. So guard against that. Because of the fast moving energy, there can also be anxiety as well. When we channel that energy into something creative, into action, and get completely involved on all levels, so dig into the dirt, do something physical. Mars is a very physical planet. It drives your sexuality. It has a strong liberating impact on firing you up to implement some of your more unusual ideas, new ideas. Mars rules Aries, the first sign. Uranus is all about ingenuity. So being creative right now is a must. Being proactive is a must to release this oppositional energy, this tension, and bring the opposites into harmony. And that is done through your ability to create. So we want to guard against anger, reacting in a harsh way. We want to neutralize any tendency to want to react by making time for adventure, exploration, to explore something we're curious about, for fun as well. And here's the thing, when there are many changes, as there are now, and we will address those in a moment, people can feel more anxious, of course. So we need to be very aware of where we put our energy. If you're feeling overwhelmed, then pull back, like stop watching the news or stop engaging with people who are exuding that kind of anxious, dark energy or topics that you don't want to engage in at that moment, right? So you always want to, with the 11 and with oppositional energy, to be sure that you're in balance, so that when you tackle big subjects, you're not taken off guard and then going into a reactionary state, which is basically projecting your fears onto the particular topic. Now, remember that the anxiety that you may feel, if not addressed, can lead to depression. And depression really is a sign of insecurity and uncertainty. And the body hears all of this, and the body hears everything you say, everything you think, even if you don't say it out loud, in other words. So the body's very aware. So exercise. Mars really wants you to move and, get out in nature, make contact with things, and, arts, beauty, music that really transcend. So we want to now look at what is actually going on and thinking outside the box as we're doing so regarding world events and who would benefit from something that is very dark, in this case, war. So it's definitely not those who are literally on the ground fighting. It's definitely not the civilians. It's definitely not the common people who are going to benefit. War creates a tremendous pain and the greatest chaos that exists on this planet. And what happens when war is fought is that it pushes other topics off the radar. So we need to keep in mind, because truth is so powerful, that truth begins within us, right? Every important movement in human history has been a movement that happened with us individually. It didn't happen top down. It happened bottoms up. So, truth does not generally motivate top down directives. This is the time to look at out-of-the-box ideas like this one of who actually benefits. Because as Pluto leaves Capricorn and Saturn, the great teacher, reaches 0 degrees Pisces and just changes direction just a couple days ago and literally is sitting at 0 degrees Pisces until November 28th. That's the 0 point of the final sign of spirituality, and we are all one unity energy. Saturn being the great teacher of that. Anything that is going to prevent a new harvest, a new age, an awakening is being pruned. Saturn unveils, cuts back, and then Pluto in Saturn's sign of Capricorn, about to leave it, going into Aquarius, right? At the end of 2024, Pluto totally transforms. So a lot of things are coming undone. And if there's no fixing it, it's meant to come undone. Because in many ways, on so many layers, we are realizing that we're in a state of corruption on this planet. And this astrology that I'm sharing with you, it does not create the disruption. It does not make the corruption. The astrology is neutral. So if you're doing good work, the planets will boost you and bring you rewards and prominence. If you're doing low vibrational work, lying, cheating, corruption, the astrology will hold you accountable. There's only so much energy that can be put towards darkness before the fields of existence respond. So astronomy tells us where the planets are, where the stars are at any given moment in time. Astrology evolves with the consciousness of the people, and astrology gives you the effects of those planetary positions, of those zodiac positions on our consciousness. And it does this in relation to the collective, and it does this in relation to your personal destiny and your personal chart. Consciousness is the rudimentary force that makes up all of existence. Consciousness is the mind of spirit, the mind of God that creates those fields of existence. And it is imbued, consciousness is imbued in every field of existence, including humans and atoms and electrons. There is a spark of this consciousness, which is a form of life, which is interdimensional in all of existence. And some people, some physicists, some scientists, some religious leaders have tried to break it down, but it is ephemeral. So the breakdown of what is going on Earth right now is absolutely necessary for us to wake up to the deceit, to the corruption, and to the magnificence of existence, the magnificence of the field that we live in and are part of, and to wake up to our innate power that is unique in each single one of us. That uniqueness is embodied by Uranus, by Aquarius, and that this power is present in anyone, no matter where we are, no matter what our race, no matter what our creed, no matter what our location, we are imbued with this consciousness. So people can't imagine this amazing power that they have. They cannot recognize it for the most part. They cannot recognize that what they feel, think, say, and do is exactly what they are going to meet in the world. And I know that you really make a conscious effort to live by what you think, feel, say, and do, and that is your responsibility. And we do know that everyone on some level, to some degree, is working on this, meaning we never graduate, we never get a certificate that we've reached the highest level of learning in this regard, because the more questions we ask, the more we think about things, which Uranus loves us to do, the more the divine mind and fields of existence open up within us. And those mysteries are revealed the more curious we are. So we need to be patient. We need to witness what is going on. We need to be more stabilized, because the more we take on, the more we will eventually get to know about these mysteries. So see it as a privilege to wake up, to learn, to unite, to feel the love for every human being on this planet. See it as a privilege to take part in peace, to take part in all that makes life beautiful. And know, again, that we are at a time where we are witnessing the shift. And so we are here at a time where we are helping to hold the peace, the love. It may not seem like there is peace. However, when you look at the bottoms up movements and you see people waking up to what is most important in the world, that we shall not hurt each other in the name of anything. This is the witnessing, the Great Awakening. And I talk more about this in a free masterclass at spiritualmasteryclass.com. It's a wonderful webinar where we look at the secrets to spiritual mastery, which is so needed right now, especially with Saturn going through Pisces. We look at the true meaning of your rising sign, the important difference between individuality and uniqueness. Remember, Uranus also starts with the letter U, is all about understanding uniqueness and honoring the uniqueness in each one of us. We also look at your natal sun and natal moon's important impact on living an abundant, spiritual, fulfilled life, and how to instantly connect with spirit, with the fields of existence, and many other secret tools. So have a look at that free masterclass at spiritualmasteryclass.com. Have an incredible week. Enjoy the awakening. Hold the space of balance and neutrality and peace and love. And I wish you all the best. Until we meet again for our next weekly Star Codes podcast. Lots of love.